Good afternoon, everyone.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm going to give everybody a few minutes, see who else joins. Meanwhile, I clicked the instructions on how to install the login to the app on your phones. If you guys haven't had that yet, the link for the instructions is in the chat. It'll help. It has the QR code to set up the databases and stuff.
Yeah, poor pending maintenance is here.
All right. You got about everybody, maybe. All right. So, basic overview today on this was I was going to cover the Voyager maintenance app. It's pretty simple. I don't know who's used the Real Page mobile app, but it's pretty simple. Solves some issues with it having to sync and download everything in the world like constantly. So I think it'll help. Has everybody logged into the app on their phone or anything like that? Because I know that was supposed to be sent out. Or has anybody had issues logging into everything on their phone? No? Everybody good? All right, I'm going to share my phone screen. Hopefully this works. Anybody see that?
Yes.
All right, let's see if I can make this do what I needed to do.
BJ, your 402 unread text messages gave me anxiety.
I was thinking the same thing, Tom. Somebody's not getting a response today.
I'm on so many different chats and stuff just for updates that, yeah, gets a little crazy. Don't know how to get rid of this stupid box, so that'll have to stay. All right, so when you first get into Yardi Mobile, this is the screen you'll see. You're going to want to use go to Setup, and up in the top right, there's a scan button. What happened? Where'd you go?
Hey, is it William?
BJ.
BJ? Oh yeah, now I recognize BJ. I hadn't seen you. So it is a different. So I downloaded Maintenance IQ, Voyager Maintenance IQ. So it's a different one, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's going to be the maintenance mobile app. Trying to figure out how to get my screen share back on.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I hate iPhones. Okay. So when you first log in, you're going to want to go to Setup. There's a scan button on the top right. I can't click it because it'll kick me back out again. and it'll use your camera and you'll scan the QR code that's on the paper for which database you want to sign into. There's a training database, and then I also included the live database. So for now, use the training, and you can select back and forth on those as you need to. And also under setup, that's where you can change which database that you want to click on and be working in. And the plus sign up on the top right is where you can add a database. So say you logged into the training one, and then you guys go live. You're gonna want the live one. You click the plus button, and you can scan and do everything in that to be able to do the training database or the live database. And to log in then you go to Yardi, and it'll have your database that you're accessing up at the top. You can see the training, test, whatever from there. And then click sign in. And since I've already logged into it, when you first sign in for the day, it'll have you log in through your PMO email. And of course, give you a two-step verification number that you have to input, and then you'll be on this screen. Any questions so far?
BJ, do they have actual access to the live database?
That I don't know.
Okay, who helped you set that up so I can
No.
confirm? Oh, thank God. Okay.
I don't
thanks.
think they should have access. Yeah.
Yeah, if
I'll
they
confirm.
do, Deanna, can we remove that option until we are catch-up week, just to avoid any errors?
Yes.
Thank you.
Did you have a question, Bill?
He doesn't, but he has a dad joke.
Of course it does. All right, so this will be the screen that you're going to operate from. Pretty simple. You got your 4 options: work orders, unassigned, completed, new work order. So the my work orders are going to be whatever work orders are already scheduled to you in Voyager. So if we click on that, it shows the work orders that I have scheduled. It has the work order numbers, what the category is. Then the date is the date it's scheduled for. The description on hold. So we can click that and go to one of these work orders. I'll go to this refrigerator door handle. It's dispatched to me. And gives you all the data, the scheduled date, time, resident. Since we're in a training database, there's no phone number, but it would have that information in there. Descriptions, access entry notes, categories, all that good stuff. So now technician gets to the door, time to start the work order. They would hit the labor details. And it'll pop up this screen, and there's a little clock on the top right. You click the clock, and that would put their time in, and then hit save. So now it has their time. Click back to go to the work order. They're doing the work, doing whatever they need to do. You can add photos, any voice memos. Down there is for the resident to sign. Your signature, you can enter their name. Okay. Sign. Okay, so now we got their signature. So tech's done doing the work. They're going to go to edit in the top right. Maintenance notes. Sorry, bear with me. Oops. Let's start this over. So they're done. Go to the labor. Hit the little clock up in the top right. They can put in the tech notes. Waste handle. Done. And then hit save. I always mess this up. Okay. You're supposed to click on there. Go to edit. Add the time. Now you have your out time. I'm sorry. Any questions on that since I'm confusing everybody? Yeah. Listen.
Okay, so they're gonna go in, and when they start the work, they're gonna hit the clock, and then it should automatically take them to that page, right, where they would hit labor to enter their notes, photos, and then they have to hit save again, and then the clock button again, and that will stop their time.
So let me, since I screwed that all up, let me go to another one.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, you go to labor details, hit the clock up the top right. That's because I've already got one open. They can start some notes if they want to start notes, but save, and that'll save their time in. Now, if you go back to, where'd you guys go again? What was it?
We lost your screen.
Yeah, I blame it on an iPhone.
So all those unread text messages.
And all right, let's try this again. No. Okay. So after you hit the punch clock and you start at your time, it takes you to this screen. You would hit the back, and they could add any of their photos, get the resident's signature, do everything from there. And then when they're done with the work order, go back to the labor details, click on their labor time where it says in and out, February 4th. Click edit, put in their notes, click done. Then hit the little time clock thingy again. God dang it. It will not let me click that. Oh, technology. It's gonna let me do it now. I don't know why. Okay, so hit the clock up at the top. I quit. One more time. One more time. You would click the top clock up there on the top right. And thank God. And now you've got the timeout right there. So you've got the timeout stop, the stop time on it. And then you can go back to the work order details. One thing that'll have to happen is the technician will have to go from edit and then go to, the status, which isn't on here, since it's a training one. There should be a, tech completed. They would hit tech completed, so we'll say that's there and then save. And I can't save it because there's no email address and it's a training group. I can't think of it. Any questions, or did I just confuse everyone? Oh, there's got to be questions. I have questions about what I just said. Oh, okay. There we go. I hate this one. Kristen, go ahead.
Okay, so I got my text in here, right? We're watching it live. I have a couple of questions. So one of the questions is, for example, if a job is going to take more than one day, say it's a drywall job, they start the drywall, they got a mud and texture, and then they got to go back. So we start the time, stop the time, but do we change that? Do we have a hold where that we could move it to, or do it just remain in progress until we're ready to close that ticket out?
It would just remain in progress. The supervisor, you would handle it like anything else, like you would in row page of rescheduling that work order for the next day and scheduling that in the labor tab on Voyager.
Okay.
We don't know why this kicks me out.
You would just click the clock again to pause the time, right? And then you reschedule for the next day.
Right. Yeah. You would just click stop the timing. You'd have one for each time you're there. So say that you went there in the morning, you have a start, you have a stop.
And you click the clock again to start your time again.
Then you just start that same process over again. Yes.
And then this is going to automatically log the responded on time, right? Like they don't have to put any additional data in for that?
Correct, because Yardi doesn't use really a responded on time. It's the start time. It'll automatically transfer. It'll be the first actual start. Anything else on completing work order on that side?
Hey, BJ, there was a question in the chat. Sorry, Jennifer. Brad asked, does the tech notes or the notes section have a character limit similar to real page? I think it was like 150 or 120 characters or something like that on the mobile app.
I'm sure it does, like most things do. I don't know what the number is. I know Vince is on the call. I'm not sure if you know, Vince.
I'm checking on that for you, BJ.
Thank you. As he checks on that, we'll go through. Let me see what we got here. We got all kinds of questions in here.
Quick question.
Uh-huh.
So I know you said that the techs can hit tech completed. Is that going to complete it in Yardi, like on our end, or is that kind of go into a QA, like a different bucket?
It puts it in a different bucket, puts it in a tech completed, so then we can go through, check everything's there the next day, and then complete the work order, and that'll happen in the on the computer. What other questions do you do?
Is this compatible with Android, or should we all be using iPhone or iPads?
It is compatible with Android. I know most of us are using, the company is using the iPhones. If somebody's using Android, I can get the Android link for the live database once they're training database and send that as well to get them the right information.
I think the key for the Android or iPhone is it has to be a newer version. I think it's 8. iPhone 8 is like the latest version. Vince, you probably know that.
I put on the training thing, I did put what iOS it works with, I believe. Yeah, iOS 9 or later.
That's correct. Yep.
There you go.
Hey, Vince, that, what you put in there about 1,500 characters, that's per note that you enter, correct?
That's correct.
Because yeah, in years past, we have tons of tech notes. It's just at that one felt swoop, you can only use 1,500 characters.
No, that should be, if I'm reading this correctly, that's per entry.
Correct. All right.
All right. Cool. Anything else just on this part of the work orders? Or we'll go to the next.
To change the priority on the mobile training environment, is that a settings thing that would be adjusted for all of the future waves where they're not able to edit priority?
Ooh, Vince?
It should be. They should not be able to edit the priority.
Correct.
Yeah, because I'm able to change it on here. So
There might be a permission around being able to edit that priority. So we should look into creating a group for the people who can change the priority and people who can't.
I think that's already done though, Vince. I think in the other databases that are already live, it's the tech role cannot change priority, but BJ's probably in there as a
Yeah, probably like
yeah, it could be
supervisor or
just my
something like
role.
that. Okay.
Double check that though. Okay, and up here in the top right, you have two buttons. You can refresh your screen or right here, and this will refresh it, update anything. Couldn't save the one because I have an error in it. And that'll download any other work notes or work orders you have and upload everything from there. So you probably want technicians, I would say, refresh it every time they're done with the work order, just so that they get any of the newest information. And then you're unassigned, so they can pick up a work order. If they see all these work orders that are unassigned to nobody, and work order came in, I want to take this work order here. And click on that little box and arrow up top and go to pickup. And then now you see it goes to 4. Now it's in my work orders to do. Yes, we got it. Then completed work orders, they would be able to see what work orders they've completed. Really not much to it. Yeah, Brian.
There was a question, if they do a voice memo, do they have to also type it or does it just save at the end? Instead of typing notes, they can do a voice memo?
So if we change the supply line on the kitchen sink and we do a voice memo, it says change supply line on kitchen sink. Do we still have to type the notes in at the end?
Right. It doesn't just put the notes in. You could use the voice thing when you're typing notes in, I believe, but the voice memo is a separate attachment. It's not going to put the text in the tech notes.
Yeah, it's not going to dictate for you.
So really, unless we just got some extra, something about the residents inquiring about something, or so really we just need to type our notes into what we've done and then not even have to worry about the voice memo.
Yeah, I don't see a big use for the voice memos. Mostly your photos and then typing in the tech notes would probably be the most used. Yeah, I really don't see anything with the voice memos.
Temple.
Yeah, Kristen.
So I know some of our technicians, they may have their phone set to Spanish, right? Say they type in their notes, will it translate it to English on our end?
I have no idea, Vince.
I think that's an MIQ feature, not necessarily a mobile maintenance 7S feature, but I may be wrong on that one because I've never used that. So let me double check.
All right, thanks, Vince. Pretty much the last thing you have on there, you can create a new work order, which pretty much pretty basic, just filling in all the information. Yeah, I have a lot of different ones, so. But they can go through, enter everything, enter the address and everything that they need to, priority, brief description, problem description, everything that would go with the work order. And just hit save. And that would create the work order. And then they can pick it up, schedule it to themselves. Say they're at the house doing the work already. That pretty much goes over all the details. You guys have any questions concerning? Are they notified? I'm actually, just since I've been messing with it myself, I don't think so, because I don't think I've been notified. Vince, do you know if it's supposed to notify? Or do I have something set wrong?
I'm sorry, BJ, which one?
So say we schedule a work order to a technician, they're out in the field, will it notify them on their phone that they've received a new work order?
If they have the app running, it should show up like a standard window mobile app a notification. So iPhone or an Android notification, it'll say that you have a new work order. That didn't pop up on yours when something was assigned to you?
Yeah, but I don't think I had the app actually open on the phone.
Yeah, if the app is running, then it should actually it should pop up a notification, because that happens on mine whenever it syncs and then there's a new work order that's been assigned to me. I'll get a notification that says you have a new work order.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, BJ, there's a share icon in the top right corner of your screen. I've got it too. When I click on that, it gives me a lot of options.
At this point, we're not using any of this. This is a lot of your inventory, your PO. The unit history is a good one though, that you can click on and find the unit and see what history for work orders. And I just lost it. I'm definitely not. But most of it is just going to be for inventory purposes, which we're not quite using yet.
Okay.
Anything else?
BJ, I saw there was a route feature. Any chance you would be able to cover that?
We can learn. I didn't notice that button, so let's click it and see what happens.
Maybe Vince can walk us through.
Which feature are we looking at here? The
route feature?
So this was supposed to give you the ability to show the best route from one work order to another. But to be honest with you, I'm not aware of anybody that uses that specific function. They've used the standard GPS that's in the map app that they normally have on their phones. Either Siri or Google Maps is normally a better routing tool than what we had in the old Voyage maintenance app. Nothing stopping you from using that, but I really don't know anybody that uses it.
And I don't.
So it's a GPS, not a way to filter all the work orders assigned to a tech.
No, it
That's the
isn't.
best route. I see.
Yeah.
Well, table that as an idea, Vince.
Yeah.
Hey, BJ, one of the other things there on, especially on our post, the map will not work here. We have to use Guidon in order to get around this base because a lot of GPS things do not work on military installations.
Right, right. Well, it seems like this isn't working either, so.
Are you on a military installation at the moment?
No, I'm not actually.
No.
Anything else, you guys? Let's see. Nothing in the chat.
I did have a quick question. Will this app allow the supervisor or manager to see where the tech is in their route, as far as like where they are when they completed the work order?
So it does, correct me if I'm wrong, Vince, but I believe it does. I'm not sure if it does it in Voyager. MIQ, it will actually put their coordinates, but there is no like big map where you can see what's going on, but it'll put the coordinates where they put their time in and save their time.
That's correct.
And that does that in Voyager as well?
No. It's in MIQ.
Okay.
But there isn't that big map view of where everybody is. You could probably imagine the privacy concerns that come up whenever if something like that was brought up, to track where all of these apps are at one point in time. So it's not for sure in the 7S version. I don't know if it's on the roadmap for the MIQ app, but yeah, I mean, kind of nice thought to be able to have a big board that you can see, but I don't think that was something that a lot of folks were clamoring for.
Thank you, Vince. Danny, what do you got?
Even if you can't see them with GPS, can you see what work order they're logged into, that they got their time running on? Then you would kind of know where they are at?
No.
No, you can't see that by going into the app?
I think for something like that, to be able to view existing or current work order time entries, it's probably a function of what we would call our advanced maintenance manager module, because that's normally something that's done by a supervisor or managerial position and not part of basic maintenance, which is what we're looking at. I'm trying to think. There are some features in advanced maintenance that could potentially show something like that. I can take a quick look and see. You have MIQ license. You have the license for advanced maintenance in 7S. Let me check on that, BJ, because that is something that I know we created a separate module for the maintenance supervisors and administrators, separate from the basic maintenance module, to be able to have that oversight, the overview of where work orders are and what have you. So let me see if that's in the 7S maintenance manager, advanced maintenance manager product.
Okay, great. Jim?
Is there a way for the text to text or call the residents from the app?
So right now, I'm sorry, BJ, if the question was a bit clearer for me. In the mobile maintenance app for 7S that we're looking at, we have the ability for the tech to say that they are on their way to notify the residents. Unfortunately, the two-way texting for maintenance techs and the residents is not in this module, but it is in the MIQ app. So in MIQ, it's obviously the newer product. It's got that richer two-way communication functionality between techs and residents, but not here in the legacy version of our maintenance apps.
All right, I know we're up on time, but does anybody have anything else? I'll take that as a no. Well, thank you guys. Everybody have a, uh-oh. What is a fancy fish called? Sophisticated? That's a way to end the call. Perfect.
I do have a question, not really related to any of it, but so you scan the link for training. When everyone does go live, how do they then get into the live environment?
They would just go back to the main menu. Well, they'd have to log out and go to the setup. And they would just
And then
hit the
go
scan again, and it would scan and put it and download the live one.
Gotcha.
And then,
Okay.
and then you can click and select between
Make sure.
test, live, training. So.
Gotcha. Okay. I couldn't figure it out. So I figured I'd ask in case anyone else couldn't either.
All right.
It's not a question, more of a statement to the phone call function. I threw my personal phone number in the test server, and I was able to click on it, and it attempted to call my personal phone from the actual phone itself. I don't know if that helps anybody with that.
Yeah, so you may do it. I probably will do the same thing and test that out a little bit later too.
Right. And that probably does work because when you're on a mobile device, iPhone or Android, if there's a link to a phone number, it will use the default phone app to make that phone call. Same thing with text, right? I think if you wanted to text, you could copy a number and text it that way. What I was kind of referring to with the two-way communications is that in the MIQ app, we've got more functionality to capture those text messages and even potentially phone conversations as attachments are linked directly to that work order or even to the resident, depending on how you're making that communication, so that those that communication is tracked and linked to that specific thing that you're doing. So if you're in a work order and you're sending a text message to a resident, those text communications would be attached in MIQ to that work order. We don't do that obviously here in the older versions, but in MIQ we're able to do that. But you're absolutely correct. If you've got a phone number in the work order for the resident and you click on that one, your phone should be able to pick up that's a phone that you're trying to dial and bring up your default phone app. I hope that made sense.
All right, guys. We're all good. Anything else? If you guys have any other questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Try and make this work the best that we can.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.